so slopestyle was another exciting one at Crankworx. I was like, this storm had been building since last year, right? We went to Rotorua. We didn't have three of the top guys. David Godziak, the defending champion, defending Triple Crown champion, Emilio Hansen. He did win everything for like 4 years straight.
Yeah. He got hurt pretty quick in that event, right?
He did end up getting hurt, but he was coming back from injury because he wasn't in Rotorua. And Eric Fedko. So having those three top guys coming back in Cairns was sort of like this storm had been brewing with the guys who sort of came in because of that, your Ben Thompsons, your Chance Moores, your Caden Ingersolls, having those guys be able to prove themselves without the top guys there was awesome in Rotorua. And then seeing it all come together in Cairns was this storm brewing. But unfortunately, Caden Ingersoll went out with an ankle injury on day one, run one, before he even got halfway down the course. It's just sometimes those things happen, and that sort of took him out. But seeing the big three back was really exciting.
Yeah. That's hard to see, and hard to see a rider come out like that during an event. But
yeah, it was. And like you were saying too, like unfortunately, Emil went down pretty hard, broke his collarbone in his first run of the finals there, so he's back on the healing program. But speaking of the healing program, I noticed something that it stuck out as different. Like there's a change happening, or a change has happened, and now I'm noticing it. Athletes sort of, I don't know if it's feeling comfortable or seeing the opportunity to not compete because of an injury, or because they're sore, or the wind or the weather or whatever it might be. It almost seems like that mentality of, okay, no, we are warriors. We are going to battle, and the objective of the battle is to see who's the best on this day.
Yeah. I think you're seeing a lot of that because of the change of social media and our like new age. They're like back when I was competing mostly in motorcycles, when you were competing in BMX, like your weekend was your time to shine. Like there was no time to shine during the week.
Yeah. Every weekend was a Super Bowl. If you were there at the contest and the people were there and the event was happening, you didn't know when or where the next one was going to be. So you made sure that you were going to try as hard as you could, no matter what the situation was.
You had that pressure of, I have to win now, or
not even I have to win, like,
or I have to compete.
I'm here. I'm able. I'm going to.
Yeah.
And it's not to say that that's right or wrong, and to be able to be like, no, I'm not feeling my best. I can't do my best. I'm going to sit this one out. I'm not saying that's right or wrong either. I'm just noticing this very different shift.
Yeah.
Looking back at some statistics, I competed in BMX for 12 years, pretty much solid, did every single contest I could do. The one year I did 27 contests. I intentionally did as many as I could do. So I don't know, you multiply a portion of that by 12 years. That's a lot of contests, right? And in that 12 years, I had 10 orthopedic surgeries.
Yep.
And I only didn't ride because I was injured 3 contests that entire time. So like I was probably riding injured most of the time.
Yeah.
And that could have been my career, right? Like, oh, Allan, he had the talent. He did good at this one contest, but he just had a career riddled with injuries.
Yeah.
I did have a career riddled with injuries because I rode every single time I was at the contest.
I'm exactly the same way. I was always one to go out, race the race. I competed in 250B on a partially torn ACL, and I did 3 months of my knee hurts, my knee doesn't hurt, I race, and then just over and over again. But it's also when you think about these athletes today, you're starting to see some longevity in some of these athletes. Mm-hmm. So especially with mountain biking, it's getting pushed so far. You want to see those guys,
keep going.
Yeah. And I think we're going to see that, especially in downhill. I mean, you're seeing some guys really last through downhill. And I think that's cool to see as well. Yeah.
I think, the concussion knowledge and concussion awareness really sort of made it something that was it is okay to not be okay today.
Yeah.
And that's maybe trickling into some other things, and just noticing it and it being okay, why is that? Why is this shift changing? Why is this happening? And really, like you said, the social media stuff you were mentioning a little earlier, it's a combination of they're valuable now, whether they're on the competition platform or not. Because of social media, they're still going to be getting paid. I didn't have that option.
Yeah,
it was like, the magazines are here to take photos. If you're not competing, you're not getting a photo.
Yeah, but here's the question: is like, where's the line?
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like, what is where we need these riders to compete, and what is, you know, I wouldn't call it acceptable because everybody's different, but
yeah, it's just a mentality shift at the top. I think. Yeah. It's interesting to see. Are people getting soft? I don't know. If I'm like the Marlboro man and I'm old timer, and I think maybe there's some soft ass dudes out there.
Yeah,
but at the same time, I just had a knee replacement and a hip replacement, and I haven't been a professional paid rider for a lot of years. So maybe they're onto something.
Yeah, they're gonna catch up to you. Those injuries are coming. I'm on the same page. I got a couple ACL surgeries and some spine stuff, and it's like, I'm not ready for those to age. So
moral of the story: no matter how safe you play it, you got to pay the toll to rock and roll at some point. So you might as well just send it.
Absolutely. Old head hates when people get hurt. If you're hurt, act like you're not.
Toughen up, boy. What?
Get tough.
Yeah, it's just a completely different mentality. Different time.
It really is.
I guess it's like how when you were a kid and you would get hurt and your mom would run over and put like the most stingy, gnarliest antibacterial
just
thing.
Straight isopropyl alcohol.
Yeah.
It's like,
it's just a different time though. That's just what it was. Like, and I'm wondering if that's kind of like the mentality of people coming into the sport. It's like, is this not do or die? Like, I have an option.
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to it's hard to see as somebody who grew up in a sport that was just like hardo, like
well, Moto was a whole nother level.
Get up. Dude. Yeah, I had some tough years, but hey, it really makes stronger people too, though. So you gotta take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah, it'll be cool to see. I like your thinking on the career longevity. I think that's cool. We can build up heroes and get to see them compete. I want
to see the mountain bike guys last long. I want to see them be, you know what I mean? Like, how cool would it be to see Bruni just be like 40, still just crushing people.
He's not that far off. He's still that fast. If you do some fake math on how old he is, how fast he's going, and how long till he's 40, he's still going to be done.
Yeah.